And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the introduction of the home team, your Highlanders of Somerville High School. Number 7, Chris Casesso. After number 4, Richie Gaskin. And right wing, number 5, Piscoli Candelino. On defense, number 3, Brady Roche. Also on defense, number 6, and captain of the Highlanders, number 6, Kevin Aragao. And starting goal, number 30, Peter Lounsbury. At this time, we ask that you rise and salute your match as the honor bearers of those who serve and protect us with the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening and a happy 2023 to you all watching on Somerville Ed TV. Tyler Aragao here from the Veterans Memorial Rink in Somerville. We bring you this Greater Boston League action as the Everett Crimson Tide come into the Veterans Memorial Arena to take on the Somerville Highlanders. Just the second home game here for Somerville after coming back from the winter break. They were defeated here in a tough contest, 5-4 in overtime at the hands of Medford. They will take on an Everett team that has only played 3 times prior to the Christmas break. Everett 2-1 on the year, the Highlanders 2-4. For Everett, both of their wins coming against Lynn. The Highlanders have one of their 2 wins against Lynn as well. They'll have a much stiffer test in front of them here tonight, here in the Crimson Tide. Starting lines for the home side. Brady Roche on defense along with Captain Dylan Marujo. Richie Gaskin, Pasquale Candelino, and Chris Casesso round out the forwards. Peter Lounsbury, the senior, is in goal. He was a forward last year, and now this year he is donning pads and he will tend the twine here for a Highlanders team that is going to need every save he can make here tonight. He will have his hands full as the game is on here from the Vet. It is into Crimson Tide territory and they'll move it D to D. Chris Secca up the boards and a backhand pass is out through the neutral zone. Good sweep check there by Marujo. As the Highlanders possess and send a pass off the stick of Gaskin. Gaskin out there with Candelino, who's forechecking into the corner. It's swept up to the line, kept in by Roach, and he'll move it back to Marujo. Puck knocked ahead off the boards. And the Crimson Tide are in control as they skate up to the red line. This is bounced in on to Lounsbury, and he'll reel it in for the whistle 40 seconds into the game. Everett has to know that Mr. Lounsbury was not a goaltender last year, so that's the right approach. Just try your luck from anywhere and see what happens. He fielded that bouncer well. Face off to his left. The only other options outside of him are a trio of 8th graders, and Certainly don't want to feed them into the fire too quickly. So Lounsbury will do his best. Honestly, not sure if he's ever played goal before up until this point. A bit of a surprise here for us, but we will see how he fares, and we'll see if the Highlanders can get him some goal support. He's going opposite of the junior Ben Rosa in net. As it's moved into Highlander territory, Lucas DeGuire is onto it, all the way to the far corner before losing it. Matthew DeAngelis trying to accelerate ahead, might have a rush here as he got it on over, but the backhand pass was blocked. A good play by Lacroix on the back check. We have icing on Everett, as the hustle from Matthew DeAngelis nearly led to a chance on a 2-on-1 rush, but Lacroix able to drop down the stick and make a nice defensive block. Icing will bring the face-off back down to Rosa to his left. Early stages of the first and no score. Candolino in on the draw for Somerville. He'll win it, but into the linesman's skates. Cleared up, but not out. Good keep by Marujo, trying to stick handle through the circle. Cleared up to the line. Roach able to keep it in. Candolino trying to cycle it into the corner. It was cut off. Marujo finishing a check along the line, and that's going to be a penalty. Or rather not, excuse me, it was icing, and then Marujo got an extra whack there from Annunziata, who was dumped by Marujo. I thought they were going to call him potentially for interference, as that puck was sailed all the way down. Marujo wearing the C this season, plays a very physical style back there on defense. As off the draw, shot there is into the glove of Rosa. Good chance for Gaskin, and there's the first stop for the Everett netminder. We'll have another drop to his left. Candolino will try and do it again. Couldn't win the draw that time. And it's ripped around by Seca all the way to the neutral zone. David Saya moves this in. Lounsbury dumps it out of the glove. Marujo's pass kicking off of Candolino's skates, as it's played back down off the glass. And the Crimson Tide taking too long on the tag up, and that'll bring the face-off back down into Everett's neck of the woods. Here with 12:57 to go in the first, there is no score. Everett has not played since right before Christmas, December 21st. They pumped Lynn by a 10-1 score. Offside here on Everett. Crimson Tide have scored 22 goals this season, 18 in those two victories against Lynn. 10-1 and 8-1 the scores there. Somerville also picking up a win against the Jets. 8-0 victory, their first of the new season. Stepping ahead are the Highlanders. Shane Doe had it poked off his stick. Now back the other way, trying to split the defense was Lacroix, but he could not get around Logan Gauthier. Back out into the neutral zone. Chris DeAngelis down the glass all the way around. The Highlanders will change out. Everett wants to counter off of Matthew DeAngelis' skates. He tries to keep the zone, but it's back out to the red line. Roach plays in off a stick. Andrew Krasko pressured there on the forecheck. Throwing his weight around, there was Bernardo. Along the boards, DeAngelis couldn't step into the circle. And it's back out to the neutral zone. Marujo flips a pass ahead. Chopped in deep. Ardolino chasing. He's got DeAngelis in deep with him. DeAngelis with the puck. Back to the top. Roach's shot. And a save there for Rosa. It was lodged free by the Highlanders, but the whistle had sounded. Good low shot from Brady Roach. Got it all the way through, and the Highlanders digging away for a rebound. Quick whistle from the officials, and that might be the recipe here this evening for Somerville. Put anything you can on goal. You never know. As it's flipped past Roach. Marujo back to cover. Puck not out of the zone, instead deep in below the goal line. Marujo sends it up the wing. Kept in at the line, now played on a cross, wing to wing. Lucas DeGuire, a low shot, and Lounsbury scoops that off the ice to get the face-off. Many moons ago when I played hockey, I was a goaltender, but before that I started out as a skater and I absolutely hated it. I was a defenseman. I didn't do too much defending. Always wanted to be a goalie. Finally got my chance at the age of 12 and didn't look back. So Peter Lounsbury, no such thing as a late bloomer if this is indeed his first time ever playing goal. Could be a 2-on-2 chance here as hustling back Logan Gauthier. This pass off the stick into the slot away from Candolino. Good keep at the line originally as it's forced out by the Highlanders. Gathered up at center ice. Ollie Svensson moves it down the boards, chasing after it. Annunziata. Austin Annunziata looking to center. Gauthier on the block. And DeAngelis able to skate away with it. Crimson Tide back in their own end. Krasko turns. Saya forced to come back in his own zone. DeAngelis trying to forecheck him. Wing-to-wing pass. Tipped away. And then played all the way down for an icing here on the Crimson Tide with 10:18 to go in the first. No score here from the vet. DeAngelis unable to win that draw as it's whipped all the way up the boards. Helped along in deep by Jake Simpson. Highlanders turn it over, a good stick from David Saya. He then lost it to Roach. Along the far boards, it's up to the line, but the shot there was fanned. And cleared all the way down by the Highlanders. Icing is called here. Puck off the draw, it's cleared ahead, and the Highlanders might have a 2-on-1 here if they hurry. Casesso into the middle and just out of the reach of Candolino, who tried to extend as best he could. Nearly an odd man rush for the Highlanders. They just could not hit the pass. As it's played in by Jonathan Brandano. Sent all the way up and around by the Highlanders, who get a quick clear. Highlanders looking to forecheck as Chris Secca moves that puck D to D. Nearly a dangerous pass as the Crimson Tide send it up and out indirectly. Turning this puck in, Candolino. He'll head to the bench for a change as Casesso peels back now and does the same. Everett is looking for a clear. Errant puck gathered up by Timothy Jones, unable to play it through the legs of Brandano. Owen Rosas in over the line, took the check but got it in deep. Now with it here, Jones looks to center. Quick shot there was blocked by Secca down low, and then the puck worked around the goal all the way to the line. A good keep by Somerville. Chris DeAngelis back into the corner. Crimson Tide will try the near side, but the Highlanders there to cut it off. Marujo shoots. And a save there by Rosa into the corner. Marujo gets it back again. On across, Roach, time and space. That's blocked off a leg out in front. Rosa trying to cover, unable to do so. Back to the top, Roach wrist shot and a save made by Rosa. This time he can hold on to it. A good cycle there from the Highlanders trying to use the points. Again, that might be a recipe here tonight for success. Second time Brady Roach has gotten a shot through. And Rosa has left a few pucks loose here in the early going. Islanders looking to win the draw. It's up into the air and then gloved at. All the way over to the far boards. It's chipped past DeAngelis and then past Doe. Crimson Tide looking to counter. Backhander though, never got through. The Highlanders did well there to get back. They will look to skate it out. And over the line, trying to defend here. Hanazaki as it pops all the way into the middle. Doe with a shot, hoping for a tip. It's back on net. Rosa the save. He couldn't corral it again. As it's played back to the top for Doe. Couldn't get that all the way through to the net. And now the Crimson Tide might have a 3-on-2 if they can hurry. The shot there blocked off the stick of Doe. Doe is checked by LaCroix. Forced through. And the Highlanders get to the neutral zone and can get a change with 7 minutes to go in the first. Jacob Cantoni lays it in, no icing. Loose there along the side of the goal for a moment. And now with some room to move is Gaskin. Gaskin swoops around the goal, puck on his backhand. Roach gave the puck up. Gaskin has to get back to defend as Marujo able to make a good play there on Simpson. Puck not out of the zone. It's twirled towards the middle and it will just clear off of Candolino. Seka from the red line in wide of Lounsbury's net. Marujo able to cave his man in there as it's worked all the way to the near corner and we get a stoppage of play and our first penalty. It'll go against the Highlanders. Interference is the call with 6:08 to go in the first. It'll be Marujo to sit. Scoreless first period and the game's first power play will go to Everett as they look to break the ice. Interference is the call on Marujo. Off the draw, into the slot, and on goal. There's a good stop for Lounsbury. Off the stick, and he's able to trap it. Off the draw, looking to get there is Svensson. Back to the line, high shot ripped over the blocker and wide. That was taken by Krasko. Anuziata. Stick handles here. Now looks to trade places as Svensson moves it to the top. Seka, a shot, getting a blocker to that was Lounsbury. Tried to guide it up and out, couldn't, as it stayed in play off the glass. There's a shot block off DeAngelis. And the Crimson Tide have to reload from the neutral zone and now all the way back from their own defensive line as the errant pass is picked up in behind Rosa. Looking for our first goal here this evening. 1:05 left on the power play as Seka stops up. Puck on his forehand. Back to the top. A hot potato for Krasko, but he recovered just at the last moment. Shot was blocked by Roach, then out in front. It's loose there with Lounsbury down, and it is underneath him. As a dangerous play in the Highlander crease is frozen there by their new goaltender, Peter Lounsbury. 49 seconds to go on Marujo's interference penalty. He's got 3 stops here on the penalty kill. And the old adage is your goaltender oftentimes has to be your best penalty killer. So far, so good for Lounsbury and the Highlanders. As it's slapped into the corner, and the Crimson Tide have it here. Simpson looking for the return feed, couldn't get it on goal, and Gaskin does just enough to clear. It should be icing, and it will be. With 32 to go on the Crimson Tide power play, they ice the puck. Roach just playing that back down the wall. His team's still shorthanded for just about 20 seconds. Good pressure from Gaskin, who bothers Simpson. Crimson Tide from their own zone. Pass up onto the wing. And Uziata couldn't get around his check, and Doe able to get it up to the line, not out. Back into the corner, and Uziata across the crease. Couldn't find a stick there, that was Simpson. As we're back to even strength, that puck is off of Doe and into the glove of Lounsbury, who settles everything down. We're back to 5-a-side with 4 minutes to go in a scoreless first here between the Highlanders and Crimson Tide. Stalemate along the draw, and stepping to it, the Crimson Tide. There's a big save by Lounsbury off the paddle, and then the rebound couldn't be controlled as Seka shoots, and Lounsbury stop, drop, and cover. Able to make the save, Peter Lounsbury, with a point-blank denial. Able to make one more stop and cover. He's looked good here in this first period, as the Crimson Tide search for the game's opening goal. Off the draw, it'll split the D and drift all the way down off of Rosa, who will set it aside. Seka moving it up the boards. It gets through DeAngelis. Picked up by the Crimson Tide. LaCroix trying to squeeze through a check as he takes it in back of the goal. Battling against Gauthier, who sends it up to the line, not out. Played into the corner, off of Gauthier. And it is worked free. Ardolino able to clear his own zone. DeAngelis wrapped down at center, no call. And the Crimson Tide are back in. This is LaCroix trying to stick handle through 3 Highlanders. It ends up into the corner. Up the wall, still not out. DeAngelis trying to help. Now it's finally worked free, and the Highlanders can get to the red line. They'll get a full sail change as Everett looks to move it north. Chris Seka, senior defenseman, gets to the blue line and wedges it in. Rougeau ahead, and Delino unable to get through DeGuire. It gets through Marujo, who has to hustle back. Turns to the forehand and clears it all the way down. No icing here. Gaskin looking to forecheck. Off Casesso's stick. Turn back quickly here as Svensson trying to get around Marujo, who uses the stick and then finishes with the body. Gaskin moving in right side, holding, now driving a goal, stopped by Rosa, loose puck there, they dig for it, and Rosa has it somewhere underneath him as it was close to the goal line on a good drive to the net by Richie Gaskin, the junior. There's 1:49 left of the first, and the Highlanders will get an attacking zone draw. Rosa's made a few saves, but does not look all too sure about where the puck is after making the save. Hesitating was Gauthier, who has to sprint back defensively. Knocks it off the boards ahead. Gaskin 1-on-3. Once again trying to drive towards the net. And an excellent defensive play made by Chris Seka, who in the process sent Gaskin into the near post. That was an excellent stick check. Got all puck there. As Gaskin once again tried to turn the corner, taking on 3 Crimson Tide defensemen in the process. Puck taken here by the Crimson Tide off the draw, but an offside whistle here. Nuziata was a couple strides in before the puck. draw. Gathered by DeAngelis from center. He'll carry in. On his backhand, around the goal. Kept to the outside, but still with the puck. DeAngelis on his knees, trying to get one towards the front. Unable to do so, and it's filleted out to center by the Crimson Tide. A good play there by David Saya. Final minute of play in the first as Marujo with the bomb, and that looked like it leaked through Rosa. He had no idea where it was. I would shoot from anywhere if I was a Highlander. And Marujo's got a pretty good shot. He let it go, and Rosa caught it off his right arm, but then looked behind him and had no clue where the puck was. Still no score here in the first. Highlanders looking for something late. Roach back for Marujo. Wrister blocked, and it goes wide, stick side. Back to the line, Roach for DeAngelis. Now Marujo. Wrister again off the post as Rosa was trying to track it. Marujo snaps one wide, stick side. The carom held by DeAngelis. Played into the corner. And back to the top, Roach had his chance blocked. Good play by Jacob Cantone to sacrifice the body. Puck into the slot, DeAngelis couldn't find it. Highlanders though all over it, just 17 seconds to go as another shot was blocked out high. They'll play it to the top, across to Marujo, hoping for a tip off DeAngelis and wide. A furious last shift here in the period for the Highlanders, but time will run out. And the opening period will end without a goal, but Somerville, arguably with their best shift here in the final minute of the period. A hit goal post from Dylan Marujo and a couple of saves from Ben Rosa keep this scoreless. After 15 minutes of play, Peter Lounsbury pretty good in goal himself for the Highlanders. And they will head to the dressing room. Deadlocked with zeros on the board. We'll take a quick breather here from the vet and be back in just a moment. You're watching Highlander Hockey on Somerville Ed TV. We welcome you back here inside of Veterans Memorial Arena from Somerville, Massachusetts. Second period just a few moments away from starting up here. The Highlanders and Crimson Tide back out onto the ice. After a scoreless first period of play, Peter Lounsbury in goal for the Highlanders. Looking pretty good for someone who, at least at the high school level, has never put the pads on. And had to come up with some timely stops. At times a bit unorthodox, but as long as that puck is staying out, which it did for the opening 15, you'll take it. And for the Highlanders, certainly the talk in that locker room had to be about getting every single puck onto goal. There were some unsure moments in the Crimson Tide crease as to where that loose puck was. Everett had the only power play of the first, going 0 for 1. Lounsbury came up with 3 saves on that penalty kill to keep the game scoreless. We will see how things fare here in the second, as we've got a fresh 15 up on the board, and we're ready for the center ice drop. And Uziata in against Gaskin on the draw. And we are back underway here from Somerville, period 2. Between the Highlanders and Crimson Tide, Richie Gaskin trying to go to work early as a couple of Crimson Tide players wipe out behind the play. Gaskin lays it back down the wall, and Uziata off his skate, cleared to the line, and on the second effort, Brandano was able to clear. Brandano applying pressure to Roach. Up the near side, but not out as it's centered. Good stick there from Marujo, who is in the right spot. Trying to lead it ahead for Jones. Puck got too far ahead of him. Marujo Off a stick, up in the air, could be trouble as Saya tried to kick it free. But he wiped out in the slot, and Somerville is able to clear without any problems. Pass up the boards. Grandano pressured there by Casesso, who swiped it away. He'll play it in deep and poke it around to the near side, hoping for Ardolino. DeAngelis was checked. Puck back out to center. Doe up the boards. Oh, that was close there. Casesso was still on the ice. Nearly too many men on the Highlanders as it's up to the line and played through Gauthier. Doe is back from his own zone. Lost it though. Could be a chance here. Quick shot right on, and that one was turned aside by Lounsbury with Gauthier standing out there in front. That was David Saya on the shot for Everett. As Simpson works against his number sake, Gauthier in below the goal line. Now DeAngelis trying to check him as it's sent up to the line. A kneeling keep by Saya. Just comes out to the neutral zone, but the Highlanders couldn't break ahead with an odd man rush. Pulled forward by Chris Secca, the defenseman, trying to spin, but could not get the backhand to go. Through the neutral zone, it's off the stick of Ardolino. Played around Lounsbury's net. Simpson squeezes past the check. Had his pass cut off by DeAngelis. Kept alive in back of Lounsbury's goal. Simpson into the circle. Fanned on the shot as he was falling to his knees. Ardolino carries back in for the Highlanders, who change up behind him. Ardolino tried to hit a man in the slot. Good cut off and clear there by Matt LaCroix. Roche off LaCroix's stick and then nearly back into the crease. Rosa had to shield it. Cleared up and just out off Casesso's blade. He'll drop it on back to the defense. Sean Chafee to the Everett line. Roche able to get it in after taking the check. Gaskin in on the forecheck. Ends up running over his own man, Casesso. Highlanders are going to have to back check here. In over the line, a shot patted down by Lounsbury into the corner. And it's cleared ahead to Casesso. 1-on-1 for the time being as Casesso misfires. Given a good check there from Summers, and they're going to call, that's a tough call there, but they're going to call interference on Jackie Summers. And the Highlanders are going to get their first power play here with 11:14 to go in the second, but that one looked a little bit on the softer side. Call an interference penalty. See what the Highlanders can do on their first power play tonight. No score as we're just about 4 minutes into the second. Puck chopped over to the boards. And Everett has time to clear. Lounsbury staying in his goal as Gaskin moves it up the wall. Now Marujo. On to the tape of Timothy Jones. Onside play. Jones, bottom of the circle, and that puck was in! Off the pad of Rosa. They dig away at it. That puck was in, and we'll see if they rule it a goal. Off the right leg of Rosa. They dig away. But no goal to be signaled. Jones put that off the far pad and in. And the Highlanders tried digging away for it. Stalemate on the draw. DeAngelis drags it free. Marujo from the near circle to the top. Gaskin off a stick. Onto the net. Rosa the save. But on the rebound, they'll score. It's a power play goal for the Highlanders. And with 10:36 to go here in the second, they break the ice and lead it 1-0. Chris DeAngelis crashing the net on the rebound. Richie Gaskin got that shot through. It actually tipped off an Everett player. Rosa made the first save in and out of his glove, and then jumping all over the loose puck, Christopher DeAngelis able to squeeze it through the left side and in for a power play goal with 10:36 to go here in the second period. Takes this puck from behind his own net, keeps it all the way down, and it does have enough for the icing. Here as it'll come back down to Lounsbury, with his Highlanders now in front of the Crimson Tide, 1-0 on that power play tally. It looked as though on the previous shift that Timothy Jones banked one in off the far pad. Referee never could see it in the scrum, but on the ensuing draw, the Highlanders got control, got a puck towards the net, and cashed in on the rebound. Somebody's lost a stick and a glove. It's a Crimson Tide defender. As here's his shot, blocked away by Rosa. He's looking to get his glove and stick back. That was Krasko, the sophomore defenseman, who has a stick but no glove. Chris DeAngelis, the goal scorer, back down the boards. Off ahead for the Crimson Tide to clear. Aragao senses the pressure coming both ways from Simpson and Saya. Puck all the way back to the top. Brandano holds. It's centered off of Simpson, and a save by Lounsbury. They dig away at it and score. Along the short side, David Saya was there, and after Simpson was stopped, on the second effort, they punch it through, and this game is tied with 9:13 to go in the second. An even strength goal for the Crimson Tide as they did not give up along the far post. A minute and 33 seconds after that power play goal from the Highlanders, who got caught running around in their own zone, and the Crimson Tide made sure to make them pay. It's hammered up to the line and through Krasko, all the way back around the net of Rosa. Casesso is the lone man in as he pressures Seka. Up to the line, Gaskin got a stick to it. Back out to the neutral zone, Doe off a stick. Played in deep, no icing here on Somerville. Up the wall, it kicks into the circle. Kept in by Gauthier, but Jones was unable to slip a pass through. Gauthier off of Jones' stick. He was trapped inside the zone though. It's offside on the Highlanders. A rolling puck into the Everett zone. Trying to scrape it along with Summers, who was in the box when that power play goal was scored. This puck off a stick. That was taken by Doe from afar, and it went off of Summers. Nearly on net. Doe able to keep this in nicely. As trying to make a maneuver there was Ardolino, but he lost it. As out of the corner, Doe, a point shot, blocked. Picked up again, Ardolino. Back for Doe, keeping it in on the backhand. Ardolino trying to squib it into the slot, but DeAngelis was tied up and then Looked like he got high stuck. Lounsbury able to play that carefully as the Crimson Tide change out in full. Chafee ahead. Ardolino takes it into the corner. Good poke check there from Summers. Chafee forced to retreat as it's chipped around him by LaCroix. Here's LaCroix with a man going to goal, and the tip there from Annunziata just went wide. That was Frankie Annunziata, the freshman. Has it here in the corner, curling. Tries to cycle one in deep for Cantone. Marujo, though, able to send it up the boards. And Ardolino gets it in deep. The Highlanders change out, 7 minutes to go in the second period. 1-1 after a scoreless first. Lounsbury shuffles this one aside as the Highlanders, or rather the Crimson Tide, need to tag up. Excuse me. This should be icing, and it will be, as it missed the stick of Candelino. Back down to Lounsbury. It'll come in this 1-1 game with 6:47 to go here from the vet. A power play goal from Chris DeAngelis. Dylan Marujo picked up the helper along with Richie Gaskin. And then David Saya, I believe, was who got the last whack on that puck after Simpson pushed it off the right pad of Lounsbury. They kept digging away along the far post, and it was Saya who celebrated pretty emphatically, so that's usually a sign. That goal came a minute and 33 seconds after the Highlanders took a lead as Casesso ran out of racetrack, kicks the puck up the wall. Roche able to keep it in, but Seca moves it away from Gaskin on the pressure. Chris Seca into the netting, and we'll get a face-off here inside Crimson Tide territory. Gaskin will take this draw for the Highlanders against Saya. And Gaskin is able to win it. Casesso moves it around the boards. Jones finishes a check in the corner as Marujo keeps it in. That shot was blocked. It felled Austin Annunziata. Marujo scrapes it down deep. Got through the stick of Gaskin. Up the boards. Roche keeps it in as it deflects, and flicking that away was Rosa off the goal stick. Nearly some friendly fire. Puck taken here by Simpson. Checked by Roche. Casesso now leads it ahead. Gaskin has some space in the circle, and a shoulder stop made by Rosa. Puck staying in play as it landed in back of the net. Chipped off the glass, off the stick of Roche all the way back down. No icing here. Good chance though for Richie Gaskin. Casesso's pass nearly intercepted as it's held into the bottom of the circle, and shooting that wide was Riley Constantine. Constantine off his stick, cleared away by Roche. On the far boards, Brandano stumbled as he tried to advance it into the corner. Up to the line, but not out. Pass into the middle, intercepted, and now Gaskin pushes it ahead. He might have a step to the net. Gaskin, and he lost the handle as he tried to play it to the forehand. Casesso, using the glass, flipped it to himself, took a good check there in deep, and is a little shaken up. What a burst there from Richie Gaskin, and he nearly finished the playoff, but just lost it off his forehand. DeAngelis, long toss ahead, and it's just out of the reach of Connor Bernardo. Offside, or rather icing on Somerville with 4:22 to go. Richie Gaskin trying to break free and do it all himself. Pushed the puck ahead and caught up to it, but just couldn't make the move onto his forehand as he fanned on the shot. Gaskin had a good chance earlier that Rosa stopped off the right shoulder. as the Highlanders try to forge back in front here. Pretty good tilt in this Greater Boston League matchup between Everett and Somerville, 1-1, with both goals coming here in the second. Kick down here off of Matthew DeAngelis. Around the goal, he'll hold it on the forehand. DeAngelis stops up, nudged off the puck, and the Crimson Tide take it back as Seka clears off glass and just gets one through Doe, who's now pestered there by Cantone into the circle, and a pass across, it just missed. A near miss at that for the Crimson Tide, after Doe was nearly in some trouble. Puck is held in by Seka. Sails that one well wide of Lounsbury's goal. Puck held here by Somerville. Doe with a pass that finds Bernardo, and he'll clear it in, cross corner. DeAngelis in the forecheck. Along the boards, Cantone ahead. No icing here as it glanced off someone down. I believe it hit off of Ardolino as it's centered back out high. Taken away. Ardolino tried to lead it ahead, but Candelino was unable to split. Now Ardolino passes over, and it just got underneath the stick of Gaskin, who was off the bench. Now Marujo, unable to shoot that through traffic. Ardolino in deep. Gaskin checked. Tanizaki good there on the body, and he clears it all the way down for the icing. Gaskin and Saya on the draw. Gaskin won it, but nobody there in a white sweater. Simpson closed off there on a classic hip check from Brady Roche. Simpson tips it on over. Annunziata back to the line. Good kneeling keep by Summers. That shot was blocked. And now Casesso will look for transition. Onside with Gaskin. Tried to drop it off for Jones, but it works its way back to Roche. Too hot to handle, though, as he slaps it in deep. It's played on through, and now look out. Annunziata has a step to the net, and the backhander rolls wide as Roche hustled back to infract him. And now Gaskin steals, makes a move. Gaskin, he's in, and he scores! Richie Gaskin stepped past his check and went stick side on Rosa. The Highlanders lead late in the second, 2-1, as Gaskin, who couldn't get it to go on an earlier breakaway, was not going to miss there, and a late tally gives Somerville a 1-goal lead once again. And give Brady Roche some major props as he came back to just pester Annunziata enough, who missed to the stick side of Lounsbury. The Highlanders go right back up the ice, and Richie Gaskin able to maneuver past the check and put a shot right through Rosa to give the Highlanders a lead once more. They credit the goal unassisted to Gaskin as Somerville plays it in deep here in the tail end of the second. All of the goals coming here in period 2. Worked around with it here. Simpson, as we tick into the final minute of the second. Simpson off a leg, just cleared his own line. DeAngelis works it right back in, looks towards the middle. Could not find Ardolino. As the Crimson Tide push it forward, Brandano nearly got around Doe. Lounsbury able to jab it into the corner. It's flipped back out high. Here's his shot, and Lounsbury came out to challenge that. Might have hit off DeAngelis, who was in front. Under half a minute to go in the second. Highlanders stay onside as DeAngelis nearly danced his way around Seka as it's into the corner. The Crimson Tide survive here in the final 15 seconds. They'll send it up the wing. Lacroix, nowhere to go with it. Gauthier on the intercept. Final 2 seconds. Stumbling was Lacroix at center. And we're through 30 minutes here from the Veterans Memorial Arena in Somerville. A power play goal for Christopher DeAngelis gave the Highlanders a 1-0 lead. David Saya answered a $1.33 later. But then late in the period, Richie Gaskin on the breakaway, able to put one through the stick side of Ben Rosa. That's where we stand through 2 periods of play. We'll be back for the third in about 15 minutes. Here you're watching Highlander hockey on Somerville Ed TV. We're back here inside the Veterans Memorial Arena in Somerville, Massachusetts. Tyler Aragao here with you on Somerville Ed TV, and we've got a good one brewing here through 2 periods of play. The Highlanders currently up by 1 after 30 minutes of play against the Crimson Tide. All 3 goals in the game coming in that second period, with the Highlanders taking leads of 1-0 and 2-1. They have not trailed in this game. As we get ready for this third period to start, Peter Lounsbury in goal to our left. Ben Rosa in goal to our right. Highlanders trying to bounce back after a tough OT loss at the hands of Methuen during the First Responders Tournament. And also trying to pick up their first win here of 2023. They're in good shape, but still lots of hockey to go as the third is underway. Jones muscling it out to center. Crimson Tide with it from their own zone. Everett moving in. A good stick check there from Brady Roche. It drifts in, and Lounsbury sets it aside off the stick. Chafee up to Casesso, unable to clear, and it rolls back into the corner. Puck taken here, and Casesso off the skates of Gaskin, 2-on-1. He's got Jones here. Jones on a rolling puck, could not settle it down. Just never would quite sit still as Casesso unable to move past DeGuire. And the Crimson Tide settle things down here from their own zone. David Saya, the goal scorer. An errant pass. Gauthier drops it off. Shot was fanned on. And it's chiseled off the glass. Could be chance here for the Crimson Tide. There's a nice pass on through, but Annunziata could not corral it as it went underneath his forehand. Now it's spiked ahead. DeAngelis trying to catch up to it. Had the puck swatted away from him and then got tripped up into the end boards. He went crashing in hard. That was Summers who was coming back. And at first he made a play on the puck, but then both players wound up crashing into the boards. Fortunately, they're both all right as they skate to their benches. Always a good sign to see. They will spot the face-off just outside the Everett blue line. Puck is taken here and controlled by Kanazaki. Kanazaki can't clear. Marujo shoots all the way through. Stopped by Rosa. It is cleared out by the Crimson Tide. Dylan Marujo up the strong side. Waits for some help. Matthew DeAngelis carries ahead. Nearly an onside play. But it winds up offside on Somerville, and we get a stop. Another draw just outside the Everett blue line. Gaskin was unable to win it against LaCroix. Good step up there from Doe, excuse me. The defenseman pushed it in down the wall. Cleared back forward. Stumbling was LaCroix. But the Crimson Tide work it down the wall. Seka couldn't poke that one through. And Doe trying to lead Jones ahead on the wing. Just missed him though, and it's icing. As the faceoff will come back down to Peter Lounsbury. Senior forward, now turned goaltender. Trying to get his first win here. And for the Highlanders, their first win at home and their first win of 2023, as here's a loose puck and plenty of space, but it was fired wide by Nuziata. Highlanders got lucky there as the puck rimmed around the dasher, not out of Nuziata. Centers, bouncing out in front off of Gaskin, who was covering. He'll now skate ahead with it. Gaskin through the slot, hoping for Casesso. Ardolino fresh on off the bench, able to keep the play alive. Takes it around the net. Marujo shoots and scores! Might have been tipped by Casesso out in front, but Marujo took the shot. And it was from afar, but the Highlanders have a cushion with 11:55 to go. And the captain, Dylan Marujo, leads the line to give Somerville a 3-1 lead here in the third. Great work coming off the bench by Preston Ardolino, the 8th grader, swooping in and making a nice play to work around the wall and get it up to the point. Talked about it in the first. That might be a recipe for success, shooting pucks from anywhere. And Dylan Marujo was able to sail one on in from afar. This is played all the way down for an icing by Everett, who now trail by 2 here with 11.5 minutes to go. Marujo gets the goal. He beat Rosa clean on a goal that he would like to have back, no doubt. It's a big goal as well in the third. As the Highlanders now have a cushion here, but still good amount of time to work with in this game. And with an unproven goaltender, you never know, as Casesso into the crease. Where's the puck? They jam at it. It's in the goal, but it's waved off. Another puck in the blue crease that Rosa could not find. Jones again put it into a spot. The Highlanders are going to celebrate as if this goal counts, but it is waved off. The net got knocked off its pegs as well, but there was a play similar to that in the second period where Jones put it into the feet of Rosa. And on that play in the second, it looked like the puck had crossed the goal line. Hard to tell on that sequence where that puck was, but the players seemed to know it was loose as they all went into the blue paint for it. But the goal does not count. Face-off will be to the right of Rosa. Why not keep at it though? If you're the Highlanders, just keep getting pucks into the crease. Casesso lost the handle. Trying to sprint over to help out Gauthier. Could be a chance here the other way. A shot blocked nicely by Chafee, as Krasko couldn't get that to go. And now Casesso with a steal, moving in, a low shot stopped by Rosa. And this time he's able to cover up as it was in between his pads, but still looking uncertain as he stopped Casesso, who swiped it away from Summers. Big stop though, nonetheless, for Rosa. Keeps it a 3-1 score for now. On the draw, it's a high flip out into the neutral zone, gloved down by Roche, and Sent in by Everett. Simpson pressuring Marujo, who turns off the contact. Puck is poked free. And Somerville controls from their own zone. Roche up to the line. Wide of Rosa, who's having some trouble getting back to the near side. This puck will drift all the way down. No icing as it was tipped en route. Marujo cranks it all the way around through the neutral zone and out. Puck driven back in. There's a loud whack off the glass there. As Roche standing up at his own line, nicely there. It's sent into the corner. Marujo's got to move it quickly as he whips it around the dasher. Good keep by Austin Annunziata as it's into the crease, and pouncing on it is Lounsbury as the Highlanders help to clear the crease. Good whistle there for the goaltender, Lounsbury. Just reach out and cover. Face off to his left. His team up now by a pair of goals, but can't get complacent here. Still lots of time to go in the third. Up to the line. That puck came out, so they will have to tag up. Out to the neutral zone. Off a stick, turned back ahead by Gaskin, who has a goal, and he lasered that one high over the right shoulder of Rosa. It caught back glass. Gaskin's goal late in the second gave the Highlanders the lead at 2-1. Jones in back of the goal. On the backhand, a centering feed right on. Big stop by Rosa, and then the rebound is sent wide stick side. Another puck dangerously out in front. Casesso just couldn't get his stick to it. Jones along the boards. Couldn't tie his man up, and it's cleared all the way down by Constantine. Nice work by Doe to shield against two Crimson Tide forwards. Doe now in. A shot stopped by Rosa, and he'll drop on the rebound for the whistle. Nice play by Shane Doe. Took on two forecheckers and then skated it as far as he could. Got a pretty good shot away from distance. And it forced Rosa into making an important stop with his team down 2 goals here in the third. The captain, Dylan Marujo, helping the Highlanders out to a 3-1 lead here in the third. Goal came 3 minutes and 5 seconds into period number 3. Roach trying to get back. Closed off Saya, who kept his feet moving. Nice play there. What a stop by Lounsbury. Kicked out his left toe. Great stop by Peter Lounsbury. As the Highlanders try and get it out. Playing at the line with it. Chafee steps up. And now Somerville will look to counter on the backhander. Rosa the save, but on the rebound they score. Lounsbury at one end with the save, and the Highlanders march right back down the ice to collect their 4th goal of the game. And it's Preston Ardolino who finishes on his own rebound. And Somerville with the 3-goal cushion here in period number 3. All that after Lounsbury came up with his best save of the night. We've got a timeout here called by Craig Richards and the Everett Crimson Tide. We'll take a quick timeout too here. Highlanders up 4-1 here on Everett. 4-1 with 2 goals coming here in this third period. Still 8:04 to go. But the lead is now 3 for Somerville, who are just over 8 minutes away from their first home victory of the new year and their first win in the 2023 calendar year. Lounsbury shuffles it aside for Doe. Up the boards, not out. That shot is wide of the net. Gauthier off Candelino, not out. Good rejection there from Doe out in front. Dangerous play, and it's snapped over top of the net. Somehow stayed in play. Frankie Annunziata with the chance as it deflects through Lounsbury's goal crease. The net comes off behind him, and we get the stop. Another chance in close, though, for the Crimson Tide. Unable to get it to go. Head coach Chris Capasso wondering why the draw is inside the zone. Looked like the net moved more on Lounsbury's motion than it did on the Everett player who was standing by the goal. On the draw, Gaskin able to win it. Marujo chisels it ahead off the glass. No icing here. Casesso will get to it first. Deep in Everett territory, he's stumped on a good check from Seka. Jones fighting for it as it's swiveled ahead by DeGuire. Marujo with time, banks it ahead. Here's Gaskin. Near wing, the shot blocked. And then played through the crease, and Jones had an open side, but it was blocked. That was a good play by Jonathan Brandano as DeGuire had his stick infracted by Gaskin. A rolling puck collared by Marujo. A pass to no man's land. Here's a chance in close. Lunging out was Lounsbury. Puck held in. Long shot blocked off Chafee and then cleared by Gaskin. All the way down, just enough for an icing as it avoids Rosa. So after the timeout, a couple of good shifts in the attacking zone for the Crimson Tide, as you see there on their bench, trailing by 3 and time running out, but certainly threatening on those last 2 sequences. Highlanders don't want to play with fire too much here with the draw to the left of Lounsbury. Up to the line, shot, good block there. Out high by Christopher DeAngelis. Ardolino, the most recent goal scorer, all the way to the corner. Summers there to check in. Summers moves it on around for Krasko. Everett's played better since the timeout, but they're going to need to find a goal here quick if they want to make this interesting. Puck poked into the circle. Good stop by Lounsbury, and the rebound bobbles wide of the net. That was a nice play from Annunziata to poke that through traffic, and it was Saya who was denied on a good stop by Lounsbury. Highlanders looking for a change as the indirect pass misses Saya and goes all the way down for an icing. Rosa's in on the draw. Or Somerville in the attacking zone. Couldn't win it. Seka moves it around the boards to an open wing. Played back to Gauthier. Past Candelino. Seka steps ahead. A wobbling puck. Chafee coming over with LaCroix pressuring. With time here, Sean Chafee up the wing. Good keep by Annunziata. In below the goal line, it's centered off of Rosa's legs. Picked up by Logan Gauthier. And he finds Pasquale Candelino. Offside, though, on the rush. And we've got a whistle here with just over 5 minutes to go in the game. It's going to take a big comeback here for the Crimson Tide. They trail it 4-1. Highlanders trying to close this game out, pick up their 3rd win of the season. be their second win in conference play. A win here by Somerville would bring both their records in Greater Boston League action to 2-2 apiece. Everett's only played 3 games up to this point in the season, and 2 of them against the Lynn side that is all not too challenging, no disrespect. Highlanders have given the Crimson Tide a pretty good challenge here. Gaskin staggered backwards there on a check from Krasko as it's centered through the legs of Casesso. Fiddled on for Gaskin. In front off of Rosa's stick. They fight for it here as a shot off the pads of Rosa as Casesso fought it free. Another long shot blocked by DeGuire, who spiked it over to the wall. Highlanders have to back check. Extended shift in the attacking zone. This puck is going to leave the surface as it's off the protective mesh with 4:14 to go here in period number 3. Off the draw. Puck moved back to the line. Kudo on a cross. Here's Seka winding up, and that's blocked sky high off of the stick of Preston Ardolino. All the way up and out. We'll have another face-off inside Somerville territory. Be curious to see when Coach Craig Richards opts for a goalie pull. If he does, his team is still down by 3. 4:04 to go. I think the goal would be to cut it down to 2 before pulling the goaltender. Mind you, Everett has already burned their timeout. Good defensive sticks there from Roche, who got some help from Matthew DeAngelis. Puck in back of the net, off the stick of Lounsbury. Puck not out of the zone as Christopher DeAngelis was dropped. Seka waiting. His team tags up. Seka onto the back. That shot all the way through, and that's gobbled up by Lounsbury on the fluttering shot from Jake Simpson. Looks like Rosa is drifting out of his net, looking towards the bench. 3:33 to go. Coaches aren't looking towards him just yet. LaCroix and Gaskin on this next face-off to the left of Lounsbury. Won by Everett. Off the skate of Gaskin, and it's going to clear the zone. A lackadaisical play from Krasko. Should have been an easy keep. Puck thumped down the boards by Summers. Cut off by Chafee. Rolled ahead for Jones. Has a man in the middle, but it gets away from Casesso. Taken back by Seka, deep in his own zone. This should be icing. And it will be with 3 minutes even to go. Unable to get a stick to that. Along those far boards was Svedson. Waning minutes of regulation, and the face-off all the way back down to Crimson Tide territory. It's won, though, by LaCroix. Now Svedson lost it there to Casesso. A puck into the crease. Rosa couldn't melt it down as he had a stick come in there from Jones. Puck rolling back into Highlander territory. Chafee moves it around from the corner. Puck back in below the goal line. Gaskin, the forward, helping out. Sent up to the wall. Kudo, good effort, but it sprung off his legs. He couldn't keep the zone. Puck deflecting and landing onto Frankie Annunziata's tape. He'll move it in cross corner as the Crimson Tide A rather slow-moving change here. Along the wall, DeAngelis. This is Matthew trying to get it back up to the point. Everett looking to skate it ahead. Saya. And now Brandano dropping it off. Constantine lost it. Chris DeAngelis skated right into a check from Summers, but got the puck out. Under 2 to play here in a 4-1 game. 2 in the second and 2 here in the third for Somerville. Ardolino, who has one of them here in the third. Looks to clear, gets some help. That was for Matthew DeAngelis on the clear. Candolino turns and has some room to skate as he cuts to the left wing side. Candolino shoots off the side of the cage and then off back glass. It ends up on the back side of the net. Everett able to work it free, but they're only down to a minute as Kudo is pressured. Puck held in by Candolino, twirling along the boards. He'll just play it back in, down deep for Jones. Jones double teamed by 2 Crimson Tide. Somerville content to keep it on this end of the ice, as it is worked free by Kudo. Played up the boards. That errant stick from Jones is still lying there out on the ice. Half a minute to go, with the Highlanders possessing late, ahead 4-1. McGuire up the wall for Brandano. He's got nowhere to go. Brandano finally can skate out to his line. 10 seconds to go. He looks towards the middle. Too many white sweaters there. 5 seconds left. Controlled by Gauthier as the countdown is on. Peter Lounsbury, first career start, first career win for the Highlanders, who defeat the Crimson Tide 4-1 here for their first victory of 2023. And how about that for the senior, who up until this point was a forward. Now he's got a win, and the Highlanders improve to 3-4 as a result. A power play goal from Christopher DeAngelis gave them the lead. David Saya countered for the Crimson Tide, $1:33 later. Richie Gaskin, though, with the GWG late in the second as he moved around to check and beat Rosa clean on the breakaway. The Highlanders would tack on 2 more in the third from Captain Dylan Marujo, and then the 4th from the 8th grader, Preston Ardolino. That does it for us here from inside the Veterans Memorial Arena. One more time here, your final score. It's the Highlanders 4, the Crimson Tide 1, for Tyler Aragao and Joe Constantine saying good night here from the Veterans Memorial Arena. Have a good one, everybody.